morning, Patreon subscribers. Hope you're doing well. We are ranging now on the Euro USD. We're not really going any particular direction apart from sideways. It looks like we're tracking MR1, this red line, monthly resistance, and we're just bouncing off that MR1. So it's very hard to forecast direction on this. It's just basically a liquidity probe on both sides. Basically, you can see the stops, liquidity below and above. Now the one above is interesting because it's 109. It's dead on the round number. Your weekly open is here, so 108.28. Above that, you know, we're positive for the week, and then we'll be above MR1. Interest in that confluence, MR1 and weekly open. So currently strong resistance, could be very good support if we go above, and we are close to that level. One below is at 107.60. Lots of stops below. Fair amount of stops above. And see the size is a lot larger below. You can see the amount of liquidity down here. It's just ripe for taking, and you can see the size difference between the two. But note that we're not trending, we're just ranging. So really, if you're looking for a very nice trade, it probably wouldn't be the Euro USD right now. You'd want to see a breakout of this price action. And we're currently contained within that range and hovering on MR1. Pound was very naughty, and I was saying that it was going up to take stops. We had a big healthy reversal yesterday, and see, that's the stop hunt. That's what we can see, right? These are the stops getting absolutely probed, and MR1, yeah, 123.53. One above is at 123.50. One below is at 123.04. So currently SLC and MR1 quite close. There's your weekly open, so we are quite bullish because we're above that, and then we've got monthly pivot as well, and so that's so basically there's a stop hunt there. So you'd have done quite well if you shorted it, but remember that, you know, it's quite a strong move to the upside, so it would be like a sort of a counter trend trade had you shorted it out there. But you know, you can see what happened here. They really pumped that volatility up to take the stops. So whether or not it continues to fall, we are a buy at the big picture, so we're 40%. So, you know, we can probably come up to take the SLC above, potentially, 123.50. They're both quite close, aren't they? Yes, 50 pips between. We could even take both, so just be careful. We were trending higher, but it could have been a stop hunt. And we've got MR1 resistance. Below MR1, we have to target MP. Okay, above MR1, we target MR2. Okay, so that's just what we've already done, the MP to resistance. So we've done that move already, and that's like job done from our perspective. And that was a nice trade at 180 pips. So what's going on here is that we probably might have resistance, and we both see the sides. The size are quite similar in size, and so that's a bit tricky. So stop hunt, I think. Let's look at AU. AU has now switched at FXCM, so it's now a sell according to their clients. Wow, look at that big move. Wow, we did a MR2 to MR1. That's mental. Okay, so that's quite bearish. So we did the MR1 to MR2, and then MR2 to MR1. Oh, it's quite scary. And so because we're below that, we need to target pivot, and which is at 67.80. You can see how they've gone long, and no doubt a lot of the retail guys are long Aussie because of the fundamental macro, and it makes sense to buy Aussie because of the China reopening. But if 1 million retail traders do it, then it's going to cause price to veer away from their bias, because obviously the majority are going to be wrong, and price punishes that majority. So it goes to show that sentiment is stronger than your fundamentals, because look at that, we did that move to that move, and so that's actually quite bearish. Well, that's bullish, but this is bearish. So this adheres to the fundamental narrative, and this looks like it's a sentimental move because they've gone long. So very, very tricky. Do just try and keep on the right side of that 50%. We're above 50% now. So as long as we hold above and we've got resistance above, then we'll have to target pivot. Okay, and the last stop loss cluster there at 68.70 as well. And look at dollar Swiss. We will look at gold at the end because it gets requested that we look at gold. Dollar Swiss, one above, 91.80, one below is at 90.80. Okay, and there's your. We've already exceeded ATR short, but we are a sell at the big picture. They're very long on this particular market. MP there, because we're below MP, we should really be targeting support. And then look at dollar yen, and then we'll look at gold. Big move, and then MS1. Yeah, so 128.38 is of note. Above support, then we target pivot. Okay, so long way. It's quite scary. One above is at 129, and one below is at 127.50, and they're both quite small in their size because obviously we've taken a lot of liquidity, and I guess a lot of retail participants aren't going to be wanting to take part because of this price action unless they want to lose money. MS1 could be a good support to SLC, so perhaps just work from SLC to SLC, and as you can see we're not really doing much, and we're going to be caught in this range now, in this huge sideways chop, and we're going to want it to take out stops both sides. Above MS1 potentially it could be good, but currently we have it as a resistance, so that's probably going to be a likely scenario here. 127.50 gold, and we are a buy. The profitable traders are long, so what's worth noting, they are, they're long on this particular instrument, and they're getting quite well rewarded for that bias. They have sold it, so we should really be coming up to the SLC at 1950, and this might be looking at UJ and the yields as well. If we have the yield spike, the gold will fall. Okay, so it's important that you check the US yields. If the US yields fall, then then this could potentially do okay. 1950 and so 1896. So there is a bullish one here, better volume, but it got superseded by a bearish one right next to it. So we had a bullish pump, then a bearish dump. So if you're above 1922, then target SLC. Okay, that's probably what I would probably do. Put an order in here, 1922, TP here, and you can have maybe a stop 1905 or something. You want to try and get a 2R or 3R trade, but you can see what's happened here is that we had a bearish development on the institutional volumes. So we had a bullish one, but it got superseded by two back-to-back bearish volumes. So as long as we're above 1922 or 1923, that's looking good for an SLC probe. So that's it. So Friday tomorrow, and we'll have to see what happens. And it could be that we might be quite risk off on the indices as well. So be careful, generally speaking, and we'll have to see how we go. We should see this come up because they've shorted it, but we'll have to wait and see. So trade safely, and I'll speak to you guys soon.